Okay, so in case you were wondering, Charles Barkley is a 7,500 to 1 odds to win this weekend.
That's pretty damn bad. I don't know about
golf? You golf,
I'm probably about a 7,500 to 1. That's so I'm assuming me
You're
and him
not a
got the
golfer?
same. No, at all. But
Okay.
and that's why he should have better odds than me. So I know he ain't good.
Are you a golfer, Bobby?
I'm not. I played once, and I think my clubs wound up in a tree.
So not
But I
good.
tell you what, there's probably a better chance of me growing hair than Charles Barkley winning that golf tournament.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't do any bald slander over here. Okay, so it's pretty interesting that Steph said that he's talked to James over the last week, especially if you consider the story that Brian Windhorst and Ramona Shelburne released this morning on espn.com about the state of the limbo between the Lakers and LeBron after a very eventful 6 months. The story read in part, the gigantic trade that had landed Doncic in LA had formed sudden new realities, one of which was James's eventually becoming an expiring contract for the first time in his 23-year career. It was the strongest sign yet that the end of the Lakers' tenure was near. Later in the story, Ramona and Wendy both reported, quote, a handful of teams, including Golden State Warriors, who tried to trade for James in 23-24, considered again whether to make an offer, sources said. It was abundantly clear that the 21-time All-Stars time as the face of the Lakers had for the first time a planned end date, even if James's record-setting NBA career did not yet. Whether the 25-26 season is to be James's final season in the NBA is up to him, but if he wanted the kind of Hollywood ending that only the Lakers can give legends of the game, the release date was set. Very interesting. Your thoughts, UD?
I
As you
mean,
shake your head.
once again, I'm going to say it to my camera. We are sensitive. We want to feel appreciated. We want to feel wanted, especially a guy like LeBron James who's accomplished what he's accomplished. When you talk about what he's done as a Laker, 10, 15 year slump, they go to the finals, they get one, he brings them back, and all of a sudden everybody's talking about the Lakers again. I understand how LeBron feels. He wants to put himself in a situation to win a championship. That is not a championship roster right now. So I look at that situation, I say to myself, if he's unhappy, if he's disgruntled, you want to connect the group. You don't want any squares in your circle. That does not fit. So you don't want to disconnect the LeBron James in that locker room. To the Lakers, rightfully so. This is the future. Luka Doncic is your future. We are preparing for the future. LeBron James is not a part of that future right now. So both sides have a point. Will they figure it out and meet in the middle? I don't know. But LeBron James being happy, that should be his main purpose and his main goal. And I respect that.
I'll tell you what, I think we're in uncharted territory. I've never, and UD and Shams, you've been around this for a long time. I don't remember a situation like this. It's almost like going back and looking at like the 97 Bulls and Jordan, as great as he was, and then you add another generational player, and now you're waiting to buy time to build around that younger player here. And I think for LeBron James, who's still at a hot top 10 All-NBA, second team All-NBA, who still plays at a high level, it is going to be fascinating to watch a player that has a no-trade clause and that can basically dictate as far as if there ever is another ending outside of Los Angeles here. And where the Lakers are, they've got the potential of going free agent shopping next offseason, but that's in 2026. We still have another year to get through that.
Yes.
Tom, your thoughts?
So, to me, Rich Paul was very clear in his comments that he gave me the day LeBron James exercised a player option for the first time in his career for almost $53 million. And it was abundantly clear to me that day LeBron James's feelings are, and he's understanding that the Lakers are moving forward here, building for the future, and that means building around Luka Doncic and that being their number one priority. He understands it. He supports it. He gets where they want to go. So threading that line of building for now as well as building for the future, that is a tough through line that the Lakers are trying to balance here, where you have LeBron James, who came to your organization in 2018. You went to the NBA Finals. You went to another Western Conference Finals appearance. So you won a championship in 2020. So they've had a level of success here in Los Angeles. But then how do you map out the next few years as LeBron James is entering, but either, whether he has 1 year left, 2 years left, or 3 years left. So the Lakers have to balance that aspect of it. And they are building, more and more around Luka Doncic and what that means, trying to compete. But on the same token, LeBron James has earned the right, as Udonis Haslam just said, he's earned the right to end his career on his terms when it comes to how many years, whether he has 1 year left, 2 years left, or 3 years left, and potentially how he wants his last year to play out in terms of comfort and just everything around him in a team environment.
So do you think that that means that he could end his career in LA or elsewhere, UD?
He could definitely possibly end it elsewhere. If this is his last go around, I think he wants to be comfortable. He wants to enjoy it. He wants to put himself in a situation, most importantly, to win a championship. That was the big thing for him this summer, looking at what moves they were going to make, the pieces, the center situation, which is huge for unlocking him and Luka, who can get to the rim, catch those lobs, vertical spacing, open up everything. If he can put himself in that situation in another organization, I think he will explore that.
Where do you think would make sense?
I mean, he's talking to Steph. Who's going to turn down the chef? If Chef cooking up something, I'm showing up for dinner. For sure. That's for damn sure. If Chef cooking, I'm showing.
I think the interesting thing to follow is where this Lakers team is during the course of the season in a really difficult Western Conference where a lot of the other teams have gotten significantly better here. When you look at Oklahoma City returns to their same group, Denver has gotten better.
Yes.
Minnesota brings back Naz Reid and Julius Randle. Dallas, of course, we're waiting on Kyrie Irving here. Where are they? If they're struggling, let's say we get into December, what direction do you go? And if you don't think you're a playoff team or a top 6 team, do you start to go? Do you look at moving him potentially with, of course, as far as where he wants to go? I think that's, if there's not a clear path for them to win a championship, I think that's going to be the most interesting thing to watch.
You just named 6 teams, so we know they ain't top 6.
The West. Sun star Devin Booker has agreed to a 2-year projected $145 million maximum contract extension with the franchise through the 2029-30 season, the highest annual extension salary in NBA history. Here is Booker signing his contract next to the man who will sign those checks, Matt Ishbia. So here's the thing. Booker's $72.7 million projected average annual value passes SGA's Supermax deal for the highest in NBA history. And as you can see here, no deal had even reached $63 million per year before this week. Shams, what exactly does this mean for Booker and the Suns?
Christine, for starters, Devin Booker is Mr. Phoenix. I'm told the entire Suns roster flew out Wednesday to be there for him, to celebrate and honor his extension. I'm told they surprised him with a team dinner at Delilah at the Wynn. So everything about Devin Booker has been commitment back to the franchise. He's said publicly, privately, behind the scenes, he wants to retire in Phoenix. He wants to bring a championship to Phoenix. And Booker, Suns owner Matt Ishbia, met for an hour before this agreement to finalize not only the contract, but discuss how they would be moving forward through the next couple years. This is a Suns team that has had a lot of transition. They have had a complete roster overhaul. So what is the partnership, the vision of the future looks like? They are on the same page. They're aligned now, and this cements him as the face of that franchise moving forward. 5 years, $316 million on his Suns contract moving forward.
Bobby, what does this mean for the future of the
Well,
Suns?
I mean, I looked at that graphic, and I remember when the salary cap used to be $73 million, and now we have it for one player here. I think for Phoenix, the one constant is always going to be Devin Booker, who was drafted in 2015. As much as the ups and downs this organization has had, and certainly going to the NBA Finals, he's been that one constant presence. I think for the organization moving forward, they had a 2-year window with Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal and Devin Booker, and